Hello, Bill Molyneux here for Bill's History World with Goober, the Traveling Bear. Hey, we're on Route 17, south of Tappahannock, Virginia, and we have found the Angel Visit Baptist Church. Angel Visit Baptist Church, one of the oldest African American churches in Essex County, was formed in 1866 when African American members withdrew from the white-led Baptist Church after emancipation. The congregation purchased land here in 1867 and erected a sanctuary, which they replaced with a larger building after acquiring an adjoining lot in 1893. The Ozian School, one of the county's first public schools for African Americans, stood just south of the church. For decades. The church burned in 1917, and the present 350-seat sanctuary opened in 1919. In the 20th century, the students and faculty from the Rappahannock Industrial Academy, a nearby Baptist-run boarding school, worshiped here. Very cool. Now, I made a video of the Rappahannock Industrial Academy, right, Goober? And it was an incredible learning experience. Now, I'm going to gather that the church, of course, has been rebuilt, and we will see about getting a couple more pictures and videos here as we learn about the history of this historic African American church. All right, this is the cornerstone I was looking for, and this church was built in 1919 with Reverend William Yates as the pastor. And of course, I'm sure Pastor Yates has long since passed away. So we'll get a view of the steeple. So here we have the steeple, and I can tell from outside this church has some phenomenal stained glass, and up at the top also, and I'm sure the congregation has some beautiful views looking through the stained glass when the sun's hitting it. And I see over here a very nice arch stained glass. All right, let's go take a look at the cemetery, and we'll go over there next. Well, there's quite a large amount of tombstones and burial tombs here, and we're just going to hit a few and get an idea. But I see a couple unique ones. Let's check this one out. James Williams. All right, 1859 to 1919. Very unique tombstone here, shaped like a heart. Okay, so as you can see in that direction, now I don't do a lot of cemetery video work. However, Chris of VA Travels and JD of History Underground, they do a lot of cemetery videos. And also, I don't have Goober do cemetery stuff out of the respect for the people buried at other than one cemetery where Goober visits, Elwood Woody Chris, the famous historian. All right, let's check some of these tombstones that are leaning against this tree. I gather they have fallen, or I don't know the history of them, of course, but I will say this tree is huge. Very large tree. Well, here's a tombstone and some kind of a structure around these two trees here. And this is still an active cemetery. I can see just recent burials here. And there is a lot of old tombstones and tombs here. All right, we're going to check out a couple more and then we'll continue on our adventures. Well, here's Russell Harvey Ware, 1911 to 1987. So there's a lot of history here, I'm sure. Now, way off to the corner is that plot. I'm interested to see what that is. So come on, follow me. Well, we have Floyd L. Chapman, private, U.S. Army, World War II, October 13th, 1918 to May 12th, 1980. Floyd L. Chapman, private, United States Army. And over here we have Josephine Hill Chapman, 1914 to 1996. All right. So we have modern graves mixed in with very old grave sites too. And here is someone who has left some beautiful flowers here. Let's take a look here. All right, Sarah Ann Bowler. And we have 1937 to 1999 with beautiful flowers. And then we have Earl A. Bowler, 1935 to 2023. And then Catherine Bowler to 2012 to 31. So this whole section here looks to be family members of the Bowlers. And if I pronounce that wrong, I apologize. And in the distance, you can see the church. And the graveyard sprawls all the way around the church to the other side. All right. Well, as I look for more specialty tombstones, I just thought I'd get a quick glimpse of the back of our church. And we're going to check out that area before we call it a day here. Here we have Mr. Gibson, SFC, U.S. Army, World War II, January 14th, 1999, or 96, 1919 to 1996. Well, thank you for your service. And there's a couple other military tombstones here. Here we have Alfred Ray Robinson, Corporal, U.S. Army, 1929 to 1994. All right, beautiful cemetery, very, very nice. A lot of flowers here, everyone. Very, very stunning. And, you know, I keep saying it's time to head on, and then I see something else. Here's a cute little butterfly. Michelle DeJanjo Scott, 21 to 81 to December 9th, 2018. Okay. Very pretty. Well, on the left-hand side of this cemetery, I just wanted to pan just a little bit. I mean, enormous amount of flowers that have been laid on these tombstones, tombs and grave sites. Just a very, very nice amount of flowers that are here. And here we have William T. Seeger, U.S. Army, 1938 to 2007. Okay. Well, that about closes out our video with Goober the Traveling Bear, another African American historic site. Please watch our channel with Goober the Traveling Bear and Bill's History World. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe, be kind, and be courteous.